This is John Maravellis, a transformation specialist and the owner of Fit for Life. One of the questions that I get constantly, both from clients and just from people interested in losing weight, is how do you fit a workout in? I'm busy, I only have a limited amount of time in the day. How do you make the workout fit into your schedule? And I have some good news for you on that end. The fact is, shorter workouts are actually more effective than longer ones if your goal is fat loss. Now that probably sounds a little bit counterintuitive, probably against a lot of things you've heard. Most people tend to think that the longer you plug away, the better it is. Just get on there, work as hard as you can. Now, the longer you work, the more calories you burn, but something important happens in those first 20 to 30 minutes. You see, your body has stored glycogen, which is basically muscle sugar, and it uses that to fuel your workout. And after about 20 to 30 minutes, your body runs out of that, which sounds like that's not really a big deal, but the fact is that's when most of your body's ability to strength, build muscle tone, which is going to increase your metabolism in the long run, goes down after those 20 to 30 minutes once the stored sugar is depleted. And interestingly enough, you would think the longer you work out, the more fat you'd lose. But what they found is a couple of things. First of all, once you kind of hit that threshold of 20 to 30 minutes, if you've worked out a long time before, you've probably noticed you really start to flag around then because your muscle sugar is depleted. You're probably not working out quite as hard, and if you know you're working out for an hour, you're probably going to pace yourself and not take advantage of that initial time when your body is freshest and has the best ability to work out. And whereas if you're just doing a 30-minute workout, you're obviously working hard the entire time. You can actually do a better job of taking advantage of that, and you're going to end up building more muscle because you're working hard during the time when your body has blood sugar. And really, once that's used up, your body kind of loses its ability to build muscle nearly as effectively. You might think, okay, that sounds great. I only have to work out 30 minutes a couple of times a week, but what do you have to do? You can't just unfortunately go out for a half-hour walk and expect the body fat to just melt off your body. There's a couple components that you have to have in this short workout in order to make it that effective. The first one is it has to be planned. You have to know what you're doing. You can't just do one set of exercises, then get up, think for a little bit, decide what do I want to do next, walk around looking for your dumbbells, and then go back in it. You'll spend too much time resting. You're not going to accomplish what we're really looking for out of the 30-minute workout if you're spending more time thinking, trying to decide what to do next. And you might even pair the wrong exercises together so that you don't get the maximum benefit from it if it's not something that's planned out and you just make it up off the top of your head. The second component is it has to be high energy. Obviously you're only doing 20 to 30 minutes for this workout, so you really want to make sure you're going at it, hitting it hard for as much time as you can, really ramping up the energy to make use of that time when your glycogen is the highest, when you're best able to build muscle, which is going to help you burn fat down the road, when you're best able to burn the most calories in the minimum amount of time. So you want to make sure you're really going hard for the time that you are doing it. And the last part is kind of, it's twofold. It's constantly changing. First of all, in that workout in and of itself, you want to be constantly changing. Like we talked about earlier, if you're going for a walk or a run, you can only work so hard for a limited amount of time. And if you're going for 30 minutes, you can only run so hard for that time. And so you're not going to build as much as you would. If you've been to a boot camp here, you'll notice we'll do like push-ups and then squats. We change muscle groups, every 30 seconds to a minute usually. Never more than a minute at a time, because you really want to maximize that use. Again, we're going hard, so you are going to get tired more quickly, so we go hard on one muscle group, then switch to another one. And that's what you want to make sure you're constantly changing it up, doing a different exercise, doing something else. The other aspect of that is you actually want to be constantly changing your workout. You never want to repeat the same workout. Here at Fit for Life, we never repeat a workout routine more than once. You want to do the same thing in your workout if you're doing this at home. Try not to do the same thing over and over. A lot of people will get one workout, they'll say, great, this is what I'm going to do for the next couple of weeks. Unfortunately, after the first couple of times, it really loses some of its effectiveness because your body adapts, it starts to make changes, and you might feel great while you're doing it. It's going to start to get easier, but you're not going to see the same results from it. So you actually want to change the workout you're doing each and every day if you can. Each time, do a different workout, and that goes back to that planned section as well. If you're changing the workout, you have a plan for how you're following it. Different muscle groups each day, it's really going to make it a lot more effective. So hopefully that made sense. I'm John with Fit for Life, And I hope you got something out of this and it made sense to you, whether you work out on our boot camp program or you work out on your own.